Well, Chris, outside of playing quarterback and kicker at this point, you played all over the field. Just what you can say about being a Swiss Army knife and be used where Dino needs you.
That kind of speaks to my character. Just just always been a team first type of guy, and just looking out for others. And I have no problem with playing any other positions. That's kind of like how I grew up, just playing different positions, playing both sides of the field. And it was actually fun to get to do it in college, but now it's back to fullback. So.
And what can you say about the backfield, kind of as a quick follow-up, knowing that you have some of the guys back in the stable, you have Josh Huff coming in, and guys that stepped up last year?
I love our backfield. Tuck is up for the best running back award, which is a credit to what he did last year. And then having Jarvion and Abdul back, it just makes the backfield that much better. And I'm expecting at least 2,000-yard backs this year.
David?
Kind of similar to what I asked Kingsley. I think it was Service who said it, that there's a little bit of a philosophy change in the offensive line, trying to go a little more downhill, a little physical. You're obviously a big part of the run game in the block. What do you think about that? And how do you think it went in the spring making those changes?
I love it. I love that we're trying to establish our run game. That was something that we struggled with tremendously last year, just not being able to get a lot of push up front and just not being able to win at the point of attack. So us being able to establish that in spring and then go into the fall and carry it over and work more on it is going to be fun this year. It's going to be fun. The run game is definitely going to be much better than it was last year.
I wanted to pick up on what Kingsley was talking about, how you guys are so grateful to have a chance to come back and show that you're not the team that was on the field last year. You were part of that team that won 10 games and brought Syracuse back on the map. How important is it to you to get back, right the ship this season?
It's important. I've been with this team at the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs, and it's just I know what this team can be when we all contribute and we all really want the same goal. And I know what this team can be when everybody just wants to do their individual thing. So it's just having all of the seniors come back who have been on that 10-3 team is going to be different. It's definitely going to be different because we know what it takes to get to where we want to be, and we know what the leadership looks like. Because that 10-3 team, we had leadership, and everybody followed above. Maul Custis, Aaron Roberts, and just people like that. We just trying to bring that tradition back.
You played pretty much every single position, but now that you're back at fullback, you don't have to learn offensive guard in God knows how many weeks. How important is that for you to be centered back in your fullback role, knowing that, okay, this is the role I'm going to be playing for pretty much the entire year?
It's important to me because that also played a part in me coming back because obviously I know when I want to go to the next level, fullback is going to be the position I'm playing. So just making sure I got my body right, my mind right, spending more time with my position coach, Coach Reno, and just making sure that I do everything that I can to make sure that we do have a 1,000-yard back this year, that the run game is the way it's supposed to be, and just to make sure that our team is successful.
Thanks, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Nate and Brad?
You probably answered this in like 3 different answers. What kept you from moving on?
Just the bad taste that 1-10 season left in my mouth, and then just knowing that we can be so much better than that. Not having fans in the dome, you come in as a freshman and you see all the love that the seniors get, and then you eventually want to be that senior one day that gets all the love, and just not having any fans there kind of played a toll on that. I feel like the season was the biggest thing. The season was the biggest thing, and then me being out of position also played a role. Me being able to go back to fullback and dial in one-on-one with my position coach definitely played a big role in that too.
You mentioned this 1,000-yard number a couple times just now. Why is that in your head? What does that signify?
It's because I know if my running back has 1,000 yards, I know I've done my job because I'm that lead blocker for him. So I know if he's not getting his 1,000 yards, then obviously I'm doing something wrong being the lead blocker. So I want to see all my running backs potentially get to their 1,000 yards, but especially now that Sean Tuck's on the watch list, I definitely want to see him get that.
Right?
Chris, before it becomes all about day by day, meeting by meeting, if you zoom out and look at it, how would you define this being a successful season?
Me personally, I want a national championship. I've been to a bowl game. I know what a bowl game looks like. I want a national championship, and I feel like there's not one person on this team who doesn't want that, but it's just dialing in and making sure we all have the same goal.
And to follow up on that, having spent some time on the offensive line, is it just as simple as they've got to stay healthy to show what they really can do?
Yeah. Like, as long as I've been here, O-line health issues has definitely been a big problem for us. Like, that's obviously everywhere, but just, making sure that those guys stay healthy, because it's a long season at O-line. Trust me, I know. Like, it's days I come back from a game playing O-line, I'm like, man, like, I don't know last time I felt like this, but yeah, just keeping them boys healthy.
Take two more for Chris. We'll start with Dan here.
Chris, what you guys had to go through for the last 18 months, really not having a college life and having to stay in somewhat of a bubble and go through that process, no fans, family couldn't be here, just how you handled all that mentally, because obviously mental toughness is part of the game, but
Right.
you learned a different mental toughness this year.
Right. I think for me personally, it was a step back. It was a sit down moment for me, and just me realizing like everything that's important in life. Just from being in quarantine. I was in quarantine with family members who I hadn't seen in over X amount of years. Just dialing back to reality and just humbling myself. And I feel like I didn't look at the pandemic as like a minus. I looked at it as a plus, because everybody got the chance to sit down, dial in with family members that they haven't seen in a long time, like just really sit down and think, like take a pause on life and just think about yourself and how you can better yourself. That's how I looked at it.
Last question, what, Mark?
That being said, Chris, I could tell that you're a people guy. And
Yeah.
To be back to normal with your teammates and be able to get in the huddle and be able to get in the dining room and hang out together, what's it going to be like for you this camp? How fun is it going to be for you?
I feel like it's going to be not a regular camp, just because it's not a regular camp. We just came off of a camp that wasn't regular, so now it's different. It's going to be different. It's going to be probably one of the best camps I've had since I've been in Syracuse, just because now we get to go back to a regular schedule, but it's going to be anything but regular.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
All right, thank you.